All right, good morning, guys. This is my first attempt at doing a video lecture for you guys. So bear with me while I try and figure out this stuff. It's weird being here without you, but we're going to make the best of the situation. Want to make sure you're still learning, and we're still moving through the things we have to cover. At some point, you guys are going to be back. Um, Okay, so we are looking at the respiratory system next. You guys should have a completed diagram. Some of you may have left it on campus in your binders, but at least you have it via Google Classroom. I'm going to post a link with this video of a YouTube video with a quick explanation of the function of the respiratory system. So look at that first. Perhaps if you're watching this video, pause and then go back and watch the YouTube clip first. Okay, so if we're looking at uh, primary function of the respiratory system is the exchange of gas between the body and the environment. Obviously, we've talked about this at length this year in terms of what those gases are. We're looking at oxygen so that we can use it for cellular respiration to produce energy. That cellular respiration produces the byproduct or waste product that's carbon dioxide, and then that is the gas that's exchanged back, right? So we take oxygen in, we push carbon dioxide back out each time we breathe in, breathe out. All right, so if you do have your diagram, you can add notes to it, or you can just, probably easier just to create a separate note sheet as well. Oh, the other thing I should mention is these videos are I'm only capable of making 5-minute videos at a time, so there'll probably be multiple videos for each of the lectures that we go through. I may upgrade and pay for the additional feature to make unlimited length, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so the first specific structure that we look at is the epiglottis. This is a flap right at the top of the trachea that basically keeps the air going into your lungs, and it only opens up when you swallow, so the food goes into your esophagus. Um, I think probably most of you have felt what this feels like when it doesn't work perfectly and you start to choke. Um, but the idea of the epiglottis is to prevent that happening. Okay. So basically, for the most of the time, the epiglottis is in the situation of covering your esophagus and allowing your trachea to be open because you breathe every second. You don't eat every second. Some of you don't. So it stays. Its kind of default position is to cover um, the esophagus and leave it open so that we can breathe in, breathe out. Um, Now, if you are eating and laughing, or that those are typically the times where the epiglottis fails and food gets into your trachea and into the top of your lungs. But for the most part, it's pretty effective at only opening when you have that swallow reflex in the back of your throat. Okay, next structure is the larynx. This is your voice box. This is basically it sits on top of the trachea at the back of your throat. It contains your vocal cords, which are these sort of thin fibrous bands of tissue, um, and they create different sounds as air is passed back out. So you can only really make a true, talking sound with air going out. Now, if you kind of hold your breath, you can make a sound, but the volume and the diversity of noises you can make is much, much lower. Okay, so typically speaking, when we speak, air is coming out, causing those strands to vibrate in the larynx. Okay, larynx, also known as voice box. All right, I'm getting the 26-second warning that my 5 minutes is up, so I'm going to pause, and then we'll pick it up talking about the trachea in a second. Where's the pause button? All right.